How's it going, everyone? And welcome to. Okay, I keep on saying that line way too often. But tonight, This is another video I wanted to react to tonight. And in which this video is known as Tech Savvy Koopalings. Now, I've only seen about like a quarter of the video where it's shown like the first three Koopalings, in which I know that's kind of like just random for me to just start reacting to random videos, but there's still like two others that I would love to react to. One of them is just a derpy FNAF animation. Another one is a Japanese Luigi's Mansion trailer. But I want to try to get through all these as quickly as possible. Now, I've only gotten it to where it got to my boy Iggy. And the moment I seen the derpy face, I knew I really just wanted to show you guys it and just laugh about it. Now, from what I know about the video, it's supposed to be about how each Koopaling would most likely power off a computer. So, I'm going to be making a tier list of. Now you guys can't see it because I don't have the face cam yet or anything, because it's literally recorded on the same night that I recorded my last video. But I'm right now writing out a tier list ranking from S through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, through F, and ranking how well each Koopaling does on powering it off. But enough of that chit chat, and let's get on to the Tech Savvy Koopalings. This video is also made by Crispy Toast, just to let you know. So our first one was Ludwig. Since he's usually the genius, he turns it off the normal way. So I'll give him an A rank, mainly because it's too simple. Now Wendy uses the box, which wait, before I go on to the next one, first of all, admire Larry and his thinking face. Also, kind of like what I said with the last video with how a lot of villagers from Villager News and everything should be turned into a meme. Turn this scene into a meme. Like, something that he's thinking about. But, so Ludwig has an A, in which I'm not giving it an S. Mainly because, mainly just because it's the usual way, like the most common way to turn off a computer, so it's kind of so it's not exactly that exciting, but then again, it's the most safe way to turn it off. Now Wendy, she does it with by using the one power box. Now it's an uncommon way, but the thing is that it's still not exactly as interesting, so I'm putting her in B tier. In her way, B tier. Now, then we have Larry, who unplugged it. And I was expecting an explosion whenever I first seen it, and that's the face of happiness right now, so everyone pretty much just give a round of applause for Iggy. Not Iggy. Larry. Let's give a round of applause for him for his happiness and finding out how to turn off a computer. But I'm gonna have to give it a C tier because it's kind of unsafe. I'm gonna just give him a C tier, which is the middle tier. Mainly because it's kind of unsafe and it could ruin something, most likely. But this is where I stopped at, with Iggy. And the moment I seen this face, turn this face into a meme, please, someone. I want this to be a meme. It's hilarious, which this is the reason why I love him so much as my favorite Mario character. I love him! But this is literally the last thing I've seen, so I'm excited. I'm literally, like, waiting to see what he does. S tier. No matter what, that's just an S tier for me. We got Roy. Yeah. A tier. Now we got Lemmy. S tier. Actually, I'm gonna cross out Roy and give him S tier. And then cross out... I'll wait to see what I do with Larry. But let's see if Morton does it. Oh! S tier. I'm gonna give Larry. I'm gonna switch Larry from C tier to B tier. Mainly because I just don't want to have him lowest. So I'm going to pair him up with Wendy's in B tier. So as the final results, we got going from lowest to highest. We have no F tiers, no E tiers, no D tiers. We used to have a C tier. B tier, we have Wendy, who used the computer box, and Larry to unplug it using the power cord. Rank A, we have Ludwig, who did it the normal style. And then for S tier, we got my boy Iggy doing the derpy, complicated contraption. We got Lemmy painting the computer screen. Roy, giving up and literally blowing up the place, and then Morton just hammer time, pretty much. So 4 S tier, 1 A tier, and 2 B tiers. But I personally love this video, and I would just like for everyone to appreciate all these Koopalings' hard work on everything that they have done. No. And how they have been an iconic stamp on the Super Mario Bros. Universe and the franchise themselves. And how they have pretty much became some of my favorite characters and bosses that I've ever went up against. And especially Iggy, because he was always my favorite ever since I first fought him in New Super Mario Bros. Wii with his huge chain chomp and his hyperactive personality. And then we just pretty much, over time, we just got them to be having a little bit more personality and some differences to them, to where they seem like their own different character, and they seem like that they're actually like they seem so much more interesting ever since they started getting personalities in the new Super Mario Bros. Series. So for those who say that the Koopalings were not the greatest in the new Super Mario Bros. Series, well, in my opinion, I say that this was the time, and that was the time where they started getting their own personality, and even in the RPG series. And I just love to appreciate them just because of how derpy they are. And I would just personally love to see them in a 3D Mario game, where, like a 3D main series Mario game. Because personally, the Brutals were pretty much supposed to be like an upgraded version of the Koopalings, like to where they were supposed to be better in pretty much any way. But in my opinion, I still say that the Koopalings are better in any way. And I would think that the Koopalings had a larger personality, along with Boom Boom, Pom Pom, Kamek, and Bowser Jr., to all have their own extremely unique themes and boss fights, like sets of them, in a 3D Mario adventure. I would believe that they would actually be doing so much better and would not get all the hate that they are getting already. Like for example, Roy could literally just have a dance club and be rocking out the DJ, and you would be battling him on a stage, and the speakers could secretly be bullet bill blasters that are just bopping to the music, kind of like the piranha plants from Music Park in Mario Kart. Lemmy can literally have a circus or a toy factory. Wendy could have an ice skating rink. Iggy could have a haunted, what's the word? It's not mechanical, steampunk. Like, kind of like a steampunk technical kind of, layer in a ghostly forest where he has the ability to use his normal green flames, the red flames from the new Super Mario Bros. U games, to summon Magmars, or whatever they're called, and lava bubbles, and then he can also use purple fireballs to create poison, because he's usually found in the poison worlds. And he also in his world, he like, because he's a psychotic evil genius, like he and possibly Ludwig, the other genius, could you put their brains together to revive Dry Bowser from the grave, which in my opinion would be awesome. And I know that I love talking about Iggy enough, but there's like one other thing that I would love to see. And I would love to see Iggy use his magic to create machines out of spare parts, which would be awesome. Like he would just like create robots and machines to go after you, and his main fights would be taking place on top of the tower, where the moon is at its fullest, and then at the very core of his tower, down deep underground, where the entire source of all this machinery is happening. Now, that was pretty much my own opinion, but there would also be the other Koopalings as well, but I'm just not exactly so sure on the others. Now, like for example, Morin, I originally thought he would have been like, it would be interesting to see him at like a desert temple and have him like throw relics and activate traps. And then one other person that I was talking to on YouTube said that would have been cool to see him, because he's always a big fan of food, that he would be found in some sort of like food themed area, in which in my opinion that would be cool as well. Then for example, Larry, I know that he's not exactly the greatest. Like Nintendo hasn't exactly given him the greatest amount of attention, but I feel like that they should give him some sort of his own special theme, like maybe like something brand new, like who knows, maybe some sort of interstellar battle or some sort of like pain train, like kind of like the one from Paper Mario Color Splash where he hijacked a train, which in my opinion was actually kind of neat. Then who else? Ludwig, the only idea I could really come up with would be for him to have some sort of like military air fleet or like have some sort of like I'm just not exactly sure. He would because he's always in like the sky areas, I would guess that he would most likely have some sort of a military sky theme and he can use his magic to summon weather conditions because usually he's like the master of the sky, so he can pretty much use his wand as like a lightning rod or create snow, blizzards, rain, and other weather conditions and tornadoes. And Wendy can have like an ice rink in which underneath the ice would be water in which she can like dip underneath it and go from professional figure skating to a and start doing water. I mean pretty much tricks in the water, which would be, in my opinion, amazing. But now I'm kind of going on for way too long about this. Now first, and then, oh wait, no, I forgot. Junior, I'm not exactly sure what Junior would have. I mean, like, he is, like, one of the most childish ones. But the thing is that I feel like that he could have something, maybe like a toy box. Because he is just a child. So he could have, like, a giant toy box where he has, like, all the toys in the world that he wants. Just like what most other children would want. I mean, then, like, Boom Boom and Pom Pom. I'm trying to... I just don't know what Boom Boom and Pom Pom would have as their special teams. Because they've only been found in, like, I mean, like, sure, they've been found in, like, multiple boss fights, but still, they just not given the attention that they deserve, like Larry and the rest of the Koopalings. But these were all just my own personal opinions, and tell me what you guys believe should happen with the Koopalings and Boom Boom and Pom Pom and Junior for if they were placed in a 3D Mario game like Odyssey. And I'll plan on making more videos tomorrow because it's kind of getting late. Like I'll maybe make more videos. But I hope first of all, I hope you all enjoyed the video made by Crispy Toast. And I'll talk to you all later. See ya! And have a good night.